You know, the BBC never ceases to amaze me. The sheer and utter wokery that comes out of that organisation boggles the mind to areas I've never experienced before. Um, a lot of people in this country feel that they're forced to pay, what is it, 169 quid a year to fund this nonsense. We've seen programs coming out of there that are just woke. We've seen programs coming out of there which are trying to force ideologies and feelings onto us that we have no interest in. We just want to be entertained. And all the while, they keep going and going and going. If you believe the BBC's a busted flush and it should go, at least in its current form, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think. I had to have a laugh earlier on. I saw a tweet which basically said that if you sign up and renew your TV license by a certain date, you'll save £10. Isn't that big of them? Well, how about just not renew it and save 169 quid? There's Andy the Gabby Cabby's tip of the day. Now, we move on to employment with the BBC, which is the idea of this video. Back in the day, and I certainly do this now, if I employ somebody to do a job, I don't care about anything else apart from the fact you're a nice person and you have the ability to do the job I'm asking you to do. It's basic common sense at the end of the day. But the BBC have been branded unwelcoming to certain individuals. And the reason is, I'll read the headline: BBC branded unwelcoming after staff told not to hire people dismissive of diversity and inclusion. So basically what they're saying is, if you will not transcribe to their way of doing things and be brainwashed into this idea of wokery bullshit and, you know, see everything as diverse and inclusive, they won't hire you. Is that discriminatory, I wonder? Or are they just trying to finish themselves off at an ever-increasing rate? Listen to this. So they've been branded unwelcome. A recruitment policy document, which has apparently been leaked, shows the broadcaster requires applicants to show openness to the success of the values of inclusiveness and diversity. It confirms they should be, asked to explain what these mean to them. And should you be successful, what opportunities do you see for you to promote, celebrate, or encourage diversity and inclusion in your role? I'll be no good in the BBC. I just want to know if they're good at the damn job. The guidelines used in a major non-editorial department of the BBC tell recruiters don't hire candidates who are unsuited to the organisation if they are dismissive or derisory of diversity and inclusion and topics that surround it. It's understood that managers have also been told not to offer jobs to candidates who show a lack of interest in learning more, where no evidence of education and understanding of diversity and inclusion was given. However, critics of the policy have warned diversity and inclusion could provide a route for organisations to promote controversial issues. A BBC source said the BBC is not a welcoming place for those with conservative opinions. How about just plain old common sense? Management talks about diversity without embracing diversity of thought. What utter bollocks. Sorry. That's the way I feel about it. I'll tell you something now. I was approached by somebody in the BBC months ago who wanted me to do a regular weekly slot on a BBC radio programme. They wouldn't let me call myself the Gabby Cabby or Andy the Gabby Cabby because of the guy in New York who used to be called the Gabby Cabby. I chose Andy to basically move off in another direction. I don't think I would have been a good fit with the BBC somehow, so I politely declined the offer. Probably a good thing too, reading what I've just dictated to you. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you want to watch another one of my videos on the BBC, there it is there. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Toodaloo.